Hello there. It is I once again, Jordan, aka Death Costs, and we're doing a little something a little different this time. I'm gonna talk about something that isn't a manga, uh, is not a video game, isn't gameplay or whatever. It is Breaking Bad. I am a huge fan of Breaking Bad. I watched it way back in the day, when it was airing on AMC. I actually didn't watch it for the first couple seasons when it was airing. I got into it I think it was like season three. I want to say it was around season three. I caught up back when Netflix was still like a DVD delivery, thing, and I would order the DVDs, and that's how I caught up to season three. And then I watched season three and on as it aired on AMC, and I loved it. I loved it initially. I thought it was such a. I mean, it's just such a good show. I actually think it's my favorite show. Like my favorite show. I mean, maybe I'm just feeling super hype about it at the moment because I just rewatched it. I actually just rewatched it, which is what is inspiring me to make this video. And it's just so good. It's so good. Like I recently rewatched Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is also one of my favorite shows. I didn't rewatch everything of Game of Thrones. I rewatched the first four seasons because, from what I understand, the first four seasons of Game of Thrones are the ones that adhere closest to the books. I haven't read the books. I plan on reading the books eventually. I just ordered the first book. Um, but anyway, this is not a Game of Thrones video. This is a Breaking Bad video. And I just brought up Game of Thrones because I actually think I like Breaking Bad more than Game of Thrones. I think it's a better show. Um, Even the seasons that follow the books, like, yeah, I just enjoyed Breaking Board, Breaking Bad more. Um, I so I've always been a huge fan of Tarantino movies. Oh yeah, I guess I should say, if you haven't watched Breaking Bad and you happen to be coming across this video, which is unlikely, but in case that's happening right now, definitely watch Breaking Bad before you watch this video because I'm going to be talking a lot about it. So, if you like how do I classify Breaking Bad? What does Wikipedia say it is? Just a drama series? What the hell? Okay, so it's a drama series, but it's like it deals with, like, obviously, like, criminal activity, and that's why I was bringing up Tarantino because it's similar to a Tarantino movie in the sense that it focuses on criminals, basically, like people who are criminals, but it kind of endears you to them, and it gives you it like humanizes them. It humanizes criminals, basically. It kind of makes you feel sympathetic for people who are ultimately kind of bad people. Um, but that to say, all that to say, it's just, I don't know. It's just like really well written. It's so well written. The characters are so well developed and well written, and so, like, um how do I put it? They're very relatable. Um so yeah, so it's just a fantastic show. What else was I gonna say? I was trying to gather my thoughts before I made this video. Um Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's similar to a Tarantino movie, also in a way that it's not like it's mostly told in chronological order, but there are also scenes that are told out of sequence, which is very Tarantino esque. I think Vince Gilligan must have been a very big fan of Tarantino. Because if you like Tarantino movies, again, if you like Tarantino movies and you haven't watched Breaking Bad, again, unlikely, I imagine, but if that's the case, you will love Breaking Bad because it's basically like a Tarantino TV show. The acting is amazing. All the actors are top notch. I would like to see them in other projects. I mean, obviously, Bryan Cranston is in a lot of different projects. Aaron Paul, I feel like he isn't in that much stuff. I think he was just in that video game Dispatch, which I think I'm gonna check out really soon. That might be the next game I play on Twitch. So definitely follow me on Twitch and come hang out when I stream on Twitch. Um, but yeah, so the concept of Breaking Bad is just so rock solid. Like a down on his luck school teacher who's actually a genius, um, you know, gets lung cancer, finds out that he has lung cancer, and decides, you know what, I need to find a way to make a shit ton of money before I die to leave, for my children. He has a son who is disabled, and he has a daughter. Or at the beginning of the series, Skylar, his wife, is pregnant, and then they have a daughter later in the series, and he wants to leave money for his family's future. So he decides to he's a science teacher, a chemistry teacher, and he decides to use his knowledge to cook. I mean, you guys all know this. I'm not. This is. I mean, obviously, Breaking Bad's been on. Like, it's an old show. It came out like 2008. You guys all know this. I'm just reiterating in case just for the sake of it, I guess. Um, but yeah, but he decides to cook crystal meth to make money to provide for his family's future. And that's just such a dope concept. Like, it's just such a rock solid concept because um it makes him like basically Walter White. I think Walter White, the main character, Bryan Cranston, has he's like he's like so ambiguous. Like, he's like simultaneously a terrible person and an amazing person at the same time. He's evil and loving and sympathetic at the same time, and it just makes for just such an interesting character. And obviously, Bryan Cranston is an amazing actor. He has the best facial expressions, the best delivery of lines. Um, Aaron Paul, his chemistry with Jesse, Aaron Paul, his like sidekick, his yeah, like his partner, his sidekick, the Robin to his Batman, if you would. He is also an amazing actor. I wish he was in more stuff. Like, I wish he was a more prominent actor in like mainstream media. Because Breaking Bad, I think, is like the biggest thing he's ever done, which is that's great. But I wish he was in more stuff. Um, but yeah, but their chemistry is amazing. Like, they just the way they bounce off each other in the scenes. It's like the greatest bromance in fiction, I think. And they both have massive balls, like they just have so much bravado and like confidence and like it's just so cool to watch. And you wish you could be like that. You like I personally like I don't feel like I'm that confident of a person. Like I'm pretty introverted. I'm pretty shy. So like I look up to people who have balls, and that's it's just really fun to watch. Um, so yeah, so they're a great duo. It might be the best duo uh, in like a show, that I've seen. I think I might actually draw them just to pay homage to how much I love that duo. Um, but I love all the characters. I mean, Skylar is also really cool. On the internet, I see memes where people are like, "Oh, Skylar's a bitch. Skylar, like, she's not that cool or whatever." But Skylar is awesome. Skylar is awesome. She's basically female Walter White, basically. Like she's loyal to him despite how he treats her, and despite like he lies to her, he plays her, he takes advantage of her, but she's still loyal because she understands that his actions are coming from a place of love for his family, and she's his wife, so she's loyal to him. I mean, she does cheat on him. She does like have an affair with Ted, but that's just to get back at him because she was hurt. Like he did hurt her, so she wanted to hurt him back, basically, and that's just how relationships go sometimes. But yeah, yeah. So Walter's amazing. Jesse is the character I relate the most to. He's the youngest. Well, not the youngest in the show, but like he's like significantly younger than Walter. He's his ex student. Walter is a chemistry teacher at a high school, and Jesse used to be his student, and it's that's just a great dynamic to have between two characters because um like in high school I never had a relationship like that personal, but with a teacher, but I definitely had teachers that I respected and looked up to, and teachers who helped me, and who I had affection for, so it's really cool that there's that relationship, that he's his former student, and that they become like so close knit. Like they become partners in crime, literally. So yeah, so Jesse has this like group of friends that's similar to a group of friends I had once, when I was in high school, and a little bit after that. And his relationship with girls like Jane, and then I forget what the Latina his Latina girlfriend is named later in the series. Her son is Brock, but I forget what her name is. But yeah, but his relationship with like his girlfriends and stuff, and how much he cares for them and whatnot. Not that I've had many girlfriends, I haven't, but I've had a couple. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, yeah. So definitely Jesse is the character I relate the most to, and he struggles with like with like substance abuse and stuff like that. And I've never done meth, but like marijuana, whatever, cigarettes, I've done that, and Jesse like does that too. Um, so I feel like I relate to Jesse. I don't have my balls are not as large as Jesse's. I couldn't like shoot. I couldn't like kill people and like cook meth and sell it. I definitely couldn't do that. But like as far as like being a young person with struggles and stuff like that, like I can relate to that and stuff. Um, Skylar is amazing. I love Marie, Skylar's sister. She's also really cool. She always wears purple, which is a really cool touch. Hank, Hank is like the anti Walter White, and it's just so cool that they made that like dynamic between Walter and Hank. Um, Hank's literally a fucking DEA agent, and Walter just he's cooking meth like he's like a kingpin, like a drug kingpin, and and his brother-in-law is a DEA agent, and it's like, okay, in reality, like in real life, I think if your brother-in-law was a DEA agent, you would never risk it. Like you would never actually try to cook meth. But like in the show, for like a TV show, it makes for a great show. Like great characters, great relationships and stuff, the great dynamics. It just makes for awesome television. That's the case. Um, Walter Jr., aka Flynn. I think it's really cool that he's disabled. He's not just a kid. Like he has like something that's kind of unique about him, and he's also obviously like I said, all the actors are great, and they actually hired a disabled actor to play the role, and he does it really well. Um, who else? Saul Goodman. Saul Goodman I think actually is my favorite character in the entire show. I love all the characters, but Saul is actually a little like a notch above everybody else in my opinion. Just because I'm a big fan of comedy, like I love stand-up comedy. I love I just love good jokes, like everybody. And Bob Odenkirk, obviously he's a renowned comedian, he's a great actor, and he's just hilarious. Like just the things he says are just so funny, and like the just like the fact that he's a lawyer, so he's like really smart and he knows the law, but he's also like a corrupt lawyer. Like he's also a criminal. He's Walter White's and Jesse's and basically all the criminals in the show. He's their lawyer, so his job is to keep them out of jail, basically. But he uses the law in his advantage to keep criminals, to let them keep making money and keep paying him, basically. So he's also a criminal essentially, um, and he's just so dope and so funny. Like the like take like send him to Belize or whatever, or like there was that one scene that made me laugh really really when they were in the car. And well, anyway, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was so funny. Like everything he says is just great, and like his rhythm, his cadence. How is that happening? His rhythm, his cadence is just so good, so funny, so funny. And who else? Let's see. Let's go down. I actually have the Wikipedia page open here, so I can kind of jog my memory. Oh yeah, yeah. So like in season one, excuse me, in season one, yeah, yeah, like right off the bat, like episode one of Breaking Bad just grabs you immediately. You want to watch more, and that's how you need to make TV shows, in my opinion, or movies or whatever. Like it has to grab you immediately. It has to. I mean, I don't know exactly if I practice what I preach, but um, it definitely needs to like grab you from the get go. Some shows, some movies or whatever, books, comics, it takes a while sometimes for it to get good, and you kind of have to bear with it, and then eventually it gets good, and then you're into it, and it's really cool, whatever. But the best shows, the best movies, comics, whatever, they always grab you immediately. It's always like, oh, the first episode, the first chapter is always really good, and it makes you want to read more, and that's what or watch more, and that's the case with Breaking Bad, definitely. Um, so yeah, so he finds out he has cancer, and then uh, he decides that he wants to cook meth. Um, and in the first season, it's funny. Like you can kind of tell that they weren't sure, because obviously TV shows, I guess they're never sure like how well it's gonna do. So like uh, you know, after they know, okay, we're gonna be doing this for a while, then they make adjustments to the writing and stuff. But in the first season, you can tell like he's like coughing a lot. You know, like the cancer is like affecting him a lot, and it seems like he's gonna die really soon. But then, but then they go on for 5 seasons. So, and then they write into the show that that his cancer goes into remission. So, you know, it gives him a little bit more time, a little bit more time to like, you know, cook meth and like do the show and become a kingpin and stuff. Um, so yeah, so season one, the bad guy was Tuco, or was that season one and season two? I think the bad guy is Tuco, and Tuco is just like a crazy motherfucker. Like, you know, he's a drug lord, but he's also insane. He's really violent. You know, he does a bunch of meth and like he beats the shit out of his like his henchmen and like, you know, it's crazy or whatever. Um, but then Walter. Wait, who kills him? Oh, I think Hank actually kills him. But anyway, so that was cool. Season 3 is when Gus Fring is introduced, and Gus Fring is also an amazing character. Giancarlo Esposito. He's a great actor. Um, I'm actually not super familiar with his work. I think he's in The Boys, which is another show that I like a lot, and that I'm really looking forward to season 5 coming soon. Um, but his role in The Boys isn't as prominent as his role in Breaking Bad, I don't think. Um, but yeah, but he's also amazing, and he's like a great villain. But he's also kind of, you know, you kind of feel sympathetic towards him a little bit. Like he's just that cool, that well written of a character. He also has massive balls. Like if Walter White is number one, like massive, most like giant balls in all of fiction, Gus Fring is number two. Gus Fring is number two, and then Walt, the scene where Walt kills again. If you haven't watched Breaking Bad, you shouldn't be watching this. Go watch it. But the scene where he kills him, where he kills Gus Fring is like crazy. It's so crazy. Like it's so dope. And he finally, after like 2 seasons, I think it's like season 3 and season 4, is the whole like Gus Fring saga, and he takes him out at the end of season 4, and then season 5, the bad guys are the Nazis, like the white supremacist group, and yeah, like it's fucked up to say, but like they're also well written characters, or like you know, good, well acted, well written, and it's like it's fucked up because they're Nazis, you know, fuck Nazis, but like at the same time they're kind of cool. Like they're kind of cool Nazis, especially like Todd. Like Todd, like he's a child killer and he's a Nazi, but he's like literally the most endearing child killing Nazi you've ever seen in your life or whatever. But then again, at the end of season 5, you know, Walter kills them all, which is what they had coming. And that's just a really cathartic moment. And he saves Jesse at the end too, because Jesse and Walter, they're always bickering, they're always fighting. They kind of respect. Well, they do respect and love each other, but they also bicker and they fight, and they have their differences and their issues throughout the entire series. But then at the end, you think like in season 5, you think, oh shit, their relationship is past the point of no return. Like they're never gonna like, you know, come back together and be a unit again. And they don't. But Walter at the end, the last episode, he saves Jesse. He literally saves his ass. Like he saves Jesse's life, and he saves Jesse's life, and then he dies, and then he dies. And then El Camino, I also watched El Camino. I literally just finished watching it before I made this video, which is why I'm making this video because I'm like super hype about Breaking Bad right now. El Camino was also really cool, really well written. Everything was great about it. There was just one scene that I had a problem with, but yeah, but it was also really cool. The scene that I had a problem with was actually the flashback scene where Todd takes Jesse out to the like the wilderness or whatever to bury his housekeeper because he killed her because she found his money, like his drug money, and so he killed her. And then they go out to like the the wasteland or whatever to like bury her. And then Todd tells Jesse, "Oh, go get a pack of cigarettes from the dashboard or whatever, like the glove compartment of the car." And Jesse goes to do it, and then he finds a gun right next to the pack of cigarettes. And then Jesse takes the gun, and he's like, "Oh shit! I have an opportunity to like shoot Todd because Todd and the Nazis have taken Jesse hostage to force him to cook crystal meth for them, and they literally keep him in like a cage and shit. It's really fucked up." And but Todd takes Jesse on this like excursion to bury his housekeeper or whatever, and Jesse finds the gun in the glove compartment, and he has the perfect opportunity to shoot Todd and leave, and he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He gives the gun back to Todd, and I didn't understand that because I actually looked it up, and it said that Jesse didn't shoot him because he's under emotional and psychological trauma and distress and control, and the Nazis threatened to kill to kill to kill Brock, to kill Jesse's girlfriend's son. And Jesse does not want that to happen, obviously. So he figures if I kill Todd, they're gonna kill Brock. So that's why he doesn't kill him. But in my mind, I'm like, bro, you could shoot that motherfucker and get in the car, drive to Brock and his girlfriend. I forget. I don't think she got shot at this point. So yeah, she definitely didn't. So yeah, so go get Brock and then fucking go do whatever, like So I feel like if it was me, that's what I would have done, or at least, that's what I would hope I would do. But yeah. So that was the only scene I had a problem with. Everything else was great. I remember hearing, I forget who it was. Somebody, I was listening to some podcast or something, and somebody was talking about how El Camino was kind of, what's the word? I think like I guess unnecessary. Like basically after Breaking Bad, you didn't need El Camino. Like you could have just ended the story there. But at the end of Breaking Bad, Jesse drives off. After Walt saves him, he just drives off, and then that's the end of the show. You don't know what happens to him. So that's an interesting way to end it because it's like, oh, it's up to interpretation. Like you don't know what happened to Jesse. Like who knows what happened to him. But I kind of like that they did El Camino so that we know what happened to Jesse. So um so yeah, so I guess I mean I won't go for as long as I did with One Piece. But I definitely I love Breaking Bad. It's like I honestly think it's my favorite show. Um who knows? Maybe something else will dethrone it in the future, but it'll always be one of my favorite shows, if not my favorite show. Um, so yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and end the video here. I think I fanboyed over Breaking Bad enough. So yeah, so if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. If you haven't watched it in a long time, rewatch it because it holds up. It's funny. I remember thinking, like, when I watched it before, when it was first airing, I remember thinking, like, oh, this show is great or whatever, but I liked the earlier seasons more than the later seasons. But I don't feel that way either anymore. I definitely love it all. The entire all 5 seasons are amazing. So yeah, so I know, this isn't like news to anyone. Like Breaking Bad, obviously everybody knows it's a great show. But just on the off chance that you haven't watched it, definitely do that. If you haven't watched it in a long time, rewatch it. And yeah, it's great. So on that note, if you indeed watch me talk about Breaking Bad for a half an hour, 30 minutes, not too bad. Thank you very much. Follow me, like, follow, subscribe, please. Comment if you could. Follow me on Twitch. Right now, I'm playing Detroit Become Human, which is an amazing game. I've only played it for like maybe 4 hours or so at this point, but it's great. It's so fun. It's a cool sci-fi futuristic story with a lot of decision making and stuff. It's really cool. So I'll be on later today streaming that. So twitch.tv/ defcos underscore. That's my Twitch channel. So give me a follow and come hang out. Come talk to me. And yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the very near future. Have a good one.